The Galactic Council Chamber was an imposing place, a grand meeting hall situated within the enormous Dyson Sphere at the heart of the galaxy. It was where representatives from hundreds of species gathered to make decisions that impacted billions of lives. Today, however, the atmosphere was tense, the air crackling with unease. At the center of the chamber, Chancellor Vorvian of the Rygathians, a species known for their methodical approach to life, stood before the assembly. His reptilian eyes swept over the gathered representatives, each murmuring in their native tongues. The subject of today's meeting was unlike any other. "This matter is not to be taken lightly," Vorvian began, his voice stern. "We are here to address the question of the void miners. For those unaware, this task requires individuals to venture into the Nectar Expanse, a region of space where reality itself is unstable. It is, without a doubt, the most dangerous job in the galaxy. The Nectar Expanse had claimed countless lives. Ships had disappeared without a trace, or returned mangled, their crews reduced to madness. It was a swirling anomaly, a tear in space where time distorted, gravity failed, and the very laws of physics fractured. But it was also rich in exonite, a rare material vital to faster-than-light travel and planetary defense systems. Without it, the galaxy's infrastructure would collapse. The Council has decided that we need brave souls, volunteers, to take up this task. The rewards will be astronomical, Vorvian continued, his gaze hardening. But the risks are immeasurable. We have lost every crew that has attempted to harvest the exonite from the expanse. The void miners are a death sentence. The silence in the chamber was palpable. Representatives from the Zelenar, the Corinthians, the Xantran Collective, and others exchanged uneasy glances. No species had yet found the will to offer their people for this near-certain demise. The risks were simply too great, until a voice echoed through the chamber. "We'll do it." Every eye turned to the human delegation. Their representative, Captain Sarah Bennett, stood with an unwavering expression. The humans had only been a part of the Galactic Council for a few decades, relatively new to the interstellar community. Despite their late entry, they had already earned a reputation as unpredictable and bold, often defying expectations. Vorvian's eyes narrowed. "Captain Bennett, are you aware of what you are volunteering for? This is not some mission to the outer colonies. The Nectar Expanse devours even the most advanced ships and the most skilled crews. No one survives." Bennett didn't flinch. "We know the risks, Chancellor, but we've faced worse. The Expanse might be a nightmare for the rest of the galaxy, but humans have a long history of diving headfirst into the unknown. If this is the most dangerous job in the galaxy, then it's exactly the kind of challenge we thrive on." Murmurs rippled through the chamber. The other species couldn't comprehend it. Humans seemed to lack the instinct for self-preservation that was hardwired into every other sentient being. Their history was littered with tales of exploration, warfare, and survival against impossible odds. Perhaps it was this madness that had allowed them to survive their violent evolutionary path on a death world like Earth. Vorvian recovered from his momentary shock. "Very well," he said slowly. "If the humans wish to throw their lives away, then the Council will not stop them. However, do not expect any rescue or aid once you enter the Nectar Expanse. You are on your own." Bennett smiled, a sharp glint in her eyes. "That's how we prefer it." 2 months later, the USS Resolute entered the Nectar Expanse. The crew was handpicked, seasoned explorers, engineers, soldiers, and scientists, all human. They had prepared extensively, poring over every bit of data they could find on the region. But no amount of research could truly prepare them for what lay ahead. As the ship crossed into the Expanse, the familiar hum of the engines faltered, and the stars outside the viewport twisted into impossible patterns. Time itself seemed to stretch and contract, and the ship's artificial gravity flickered in and out. Yet the humans moved with determination, adapting quickly, improvising as their surroundings grew more chaotic. Hours turned into days, though none of them could say for sure how long they had been in the Expanse. Communication with the outside galaxy was impossible, and the ship's instruments were all but useless. Yet they pressed on, deeper into the heart of the anomaly. It was during one of these shifts, as the ship was rocked by another distortion wave, that they found it, the exonite, a massive deposit of the rare mineral, floating in the void like a beacon of hope. But as they approached, the fabric of reality itself tore open. Horrific, multidimensional creatures, beings not bound by the laws of physics or reason, emerged from the rift. They were the true guardians of the expanse. For most species, this would have been the end. But the humans? They fought back. They had faced monstrosities before, though none quite like these. Using weapons designed to exploit the strange properties of the expanse, they waged a battle against the impossible, driving the creatures back long enough to extract the exonite. By the time the Resolute limped back into known space, battered and bruised but still in one piece, word of their survival had already spread. The Galactic Council was stunned. They had expected the humans to fail, just like every other species before them. But not only had they returned, they had succeeded where none had before. As Captain Bennett stepped off the ship, carrying the first haul of exonite the galaxy had seen in decades, she was greeted by a mixture of awe and disbelief from the other council members. "Captain Bennett," Chancellor Vorvian said, his voice filled with begrudging respect, "you and your crew have done the impossible. You have earned the gratitude of the entire galaxy." Bennett gave a wry smile. Impossible is just another word for something humans haven't done yet. And with that, the humans had once again cemented their place in galactic history, proving that there was no challenge too great, no danger too extreme, for the species that thrived on adversity.